Let's say, okay, somebody wanted the Alexander Stewart music starter pack. This is a question I like to ask. Like a taster into your music. What are three songs that you would highlight they listen to?
Blame's on Me, for sure.
Mhm.
Because, it's the classic. It's the classic Alexander Stewart
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
Um, then I Wish You Cheated, and then If You Only Knew. Those are the three that I would. That's the starter pack. You got like the classic songs, and then you got the really important mental health songs, quite introspective and like will teach you a little bit more about me and my own brain.
The worst part is you're innocent.
We're here to talk about your new debut album. Last year, massive breakout year for you. So, congratulations, man, on all the cool stuff that's been going on. You've been releasing music since what, 2018? Do you think you've
Yeah.
found this Alexander Stewart sound now?
I mean, I think so. I think that the one of the most beautiful things about being an artist in general is that your sound can kind of forever change.
Mhm.
But something that I think on the flip side of that, I think a lot of artists struggle with is finding the through line with their sound. And so that's something that I struggled with a lot when I was younger because like I was making this music and like it was resonating with me, but it wasn't like I don't know how to explain it, but it just didn't sit right. Like it didn't sit
Mhm.
100%. And then probably about four 4 years ago is when I started writing music that felt really truly authentic to myself, and that's when things all kind of started changing.
What do you think it is about your music that like your fans and audiences relate to so much that they're able to find this connection with you?
I think that it's tr- honesty. The first single on the entire album is called Blames on Me, and that
Mhm.
song ended up being my biggest song. I think became the biggest one because of how honest it was and how I was being honest with myself.
Yeah.
Not for the first time, but like maybe a deeper level of honesty with myself for the first
Mhm.
time. And I put that song out and saw the reaction, and it was so inspiring to me to see people relate to something that I was so scared to say. And I
Yeah.
think that became something probably the most important part of my music to me is making sure that I was being honest with myself. And I think that's sort of struck a chord with people, I hope.
On this debut album, I noticed that there aren't any collabs this time around. So was that a deliberate decision or like just to keep it as a solo showcase?
Yes, that actually was a deliberate decision. I've done collabs before, and I actually do a lot of ironically dance collabs because I love dance music. But
Uh-huh.
um, I decided that for this album, I wanted it to just be me,
Uh-huh.
just 12 songs, me, my story, and like let it be that for the first true like collection of music I put out. It's the same way that there's a song on the album called Day I Die, and if you listen to it, the entire song all the way through is just one vocal. There's no like doubles or ad libs or anything. And that was like
Mhm.
very intentional. I was like, I just want this one song to be like my single voice all the way through because it's a very like emotional song for me. So it's kind of like the same idea where I was like, you know what, for my first album, I just want it to be me, and then that's it.
Top three artists who have been of inspiration to you.
Probably Sam Smith,
Mm,
Lady Gaga, which surprises a lot of people. Uh,
okay.
and oh my god, the third one would be such a toss up. But
Dua Lipa.
yeah, probably honestly, probably like Taylor Swift or Ed Sheeran would be the third one. The reason I say those three is because it was like the three first albums I ever really bought. So like I was used my own money, went to Walmart and bought like the physicals, and Lady Gaga was one of them, and I remember putting that album on, and it was pop music, and I had never really like heard pop music like that before, and I was like,
Mhm.
whoa, and like really opened my eyes to what pop music could be. Those artists, the music they made, like severely changed the way that I looked at pop music and like how it could be made and like how stories could be expressed. So, yeah, I would say the main two are Sam Smith and Lady Gaga.
What is the songwriting process looking like for you?
When I go in the studio, it's usually because I'm feeling some kind of way. It's usually sad, but I usually start with a melody, and I like to make the melody sound the same way that I'm feeling, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
I want the melody to evoke the feeling that I am feeling to myself, and then I'll go in with the lyrics and sort of like describe what it is. But I always start with melody, and then I go to lyrics, and then tweak and tweak and tweak and tweak and tweak until I have to be like, okay, so
Do you think happy songs are harder to write sometimes?
yeah, 100%. I totally think so because I think that writing from your own honest raw emotions is the easiest,
Hmm.
and for me, those honest raw emotions are typically like negative or the things that I want to write about in general. But that being said, I think for me writing a happy I'm gonna rephrase. I think for me writing a happy song is harder. For some people it's probably much easier.
Alrighty, we're gonna be wrapping things up here with a little game. All right, I'm gonna throw out
Amazing.
some world dividing, polarizing topics, and if you are not with it, you're gonna say, "How dare you?" See what I did there? And if you
Fire.
agree with it, you say, "I love you."
Perfect.
How do you feel about rushing out when the plane lands?
How dare you? Just no. Like, wait your turn. It's fine. It's literally, it's no faster. Whether you stand up or don't stand up or get your checked baggage the moment the seatbelt, nothing changes.
Thank you. Okay, next one. How do we feel about ice cream in the winter?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, yes.
I love ice cream, so anytime, anywhere.
All right, now this one I feel like could kind of start a war a little bit. Toothpaste first before wetting your toothbrush. How do we feel?
I love it. Here's the thing. I know I'm gonna get hate for this, but I always put the toothpaste on before I wet the toothbrush.
Why? What is the reason for that?
I don't know. It was just never like a learned habit for me to wet the toothbrush and then put the toothpaste on. I also think, like, truth be told, it probably makes literally no difference. I'm just saving time. I feel like that's what I think.
I'm a water first, toothpaste later type
So
girl.
do you think it makes a difference?
No, not really. But I mean, here's the thing. If my toothbrush was like dry and then I put the toothpaste on and then I like wet it after, I feel like if I tapped off the excess water, like the toothpaste would fall off. I don't know.
This does actually happen quite
Oh,
often.
see.
I do. I've never thought about that, and that would actually not happen if I did it the other way around.
All right,
You know
well,
what? I can't. I have stubborn. I have to stick with my ways.
okay. Life-changing fun facts from Alexander Stewart. One last one for you. How do we feel about eating a burger layer by layer?
Honestly, I love it. I feel like I probably do this a lot. I feel like I eat my sandwiches like halfway through, and then I start picking at them. So I can't say how dare you because I probably do this. I literally did this with my burger like 2 nights ago.
So out of the 4, you love quite a lot of things. It was only how dare you for 1.
Yes, and I stand by that. I stand by that. How dare you, big time.
Alexander Stewart's a lover, not a hater, that's what. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It was a lot of fun. Have a fantastic time on the rest of the tour.
Thank you so much, and thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Kiss 92, all the great songs in one place.